Welcome to this week's episode of Ginger Bros Dent Show. We're your hosts, Brandon Schmitz and Andy Patrick. Y'all please put your hands together for Mr. Ryan Campbell with Campbell Paintless Dent Repair. Ryan's one of the nicest guys around that we've ever met, and we want everybody else to kind of get to know him a little bit better. And he's not that bad of a tech either. So join us right now, live, as we welcome Mr. Ryan Campbell. You like that?
Yeah, that was fun. We got applause now.
Yeah, we got applause. Yeah. So what's up, everybody?
What up, Corey?
Corey on here, bros twice.
Is Dent Reaper still our? I guess so.
I figured one more time because I think this will be the fourth one. So what's up, Andy Ray?
We love him anyway, so we'll keep singing his praises.
Yep.
What's up, Mr. John Krug? We need to get him on one day. He's an excellent tech, and tons of knowledge and stuff. So I'd like to talk to John, kind of get his little backstory. Hi, Facebook user.
What's up, Facebook user? Hey, y'all remember, go hit that link, streamyard.com/Facebook. That way, StreamYard grants permission to see your name. If not, you may see it when you type it, but on StreamYard is what we use to broadcast. All we see is Facebook user. So, and if we put it up here, that's all it's going to say. What's up, Mark?
Hey, let me go ahead and show this guy some love. Look at this thing. Is that not beautiful?
Did Mark do that?
Yeah, he did. So he's taking orders.
I want one.
You can get one for $40. We got to get him some stickers. When I'm down there with you, I'm going to grab some stickers, whatever you got, and then I'll bring them up with me. We'll make it happen. I've reached out to Christine and Anson trying to get some stickers too. So, yeah, dude, Mark, that thing's beautiful. Like, I got it today. John left it at the shop. That's the first thing I did. Came in like a little kid and unwrapped it. It's like, oh, yeah. And they can epoxy like whatever color you want on it and stuff. So I obviously went with the red and black.
Andy Ray said he'll take one.
All right, there we go. Y'all, Mark Anger's on here, so y'all just hit that gentleman up and he'll get you taken care of.
I'm trying to pull up PDR interviews on here so I can see.
What's up, Mandy? James Bernard.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
What up, user?
All right, so I think user is actually Mr. Bones, James Catrombone. Catrombone. I don't even know how to pronounce it. I just misspelled it.
Catrombone.
Yeah.
It's Italian.
Catrombone.
Fragile.
I just call him Mr. Bones.
There you go.
That's who Facebook user is. So, and Eric Patton. Eric Patton's the one waving.
Okay. What's up, Brendan? That's Mark's son, if you didn't know. So that's what.
Okay.
So I put it in the group text today, the picture of the video of the cup or whatever. And Jeff, he's down there. He went and showed it to Brendan. Brendan's like, dude, my dad made it. He's like, oh shit. So I want to show him some love. That thing's beautiful. So
you can just bring me that one when you come down here. So
no. I had to wait for mine and John's schedules to align to be able to get it, so I ain't coming off of it. God, they're popping in like crazy.
Hey, all right, so without further ado, we've got we had a great guest. There he is.
He's like, wait, I'm back.
I mean, I if you're not there, that's fine. You do. But we got Mr. Ryan Campbell on tonight, so let's go ahead and bring him on.
Oh yeah.
What's up, Ryan?
What's up? How you guys doing?
Brother? Doing good.
We are wonderful. I know we've been talking a lot in the before the show, but you
guys don't realize Ryan's a freaking ton of knowledge. Like, he's been teaching us some stuff before the show. So at 33 years old, I'm like, holy crap! I wish I'd have been doing what you were at 33 years old.
That was kind of like Noah Hebert, man. Having him on with DentOps, I'm like, you're 25 years old. Good grief!
Wow.
Me, I was working 18-hour days. I was making great money, but I was traveling, not seeing the family at 25 years old.
I was in a factory, so not making great money and hating life. So, Mr. Al? John C. forgot you're so young.
He is.
He's a baby.
I was just talking to John today. We were texting back and forth.
I love John.
Yeah, he's a good dude. We were at meet up in Rochester, Dan's shop, what was it, a couple weeks ago. It was a good time.
Right. Yeah, I missed that one between this shop and everything else. That's the first 20 group in-person meetup I've missed, and I was
really
sad about it. Yeah, so
you had that.
It's funny.
You had Gas Monkey too. You went to that.
Yeah.
We'll kind of get into that in a minute.
Right.
Ryan goes to all of it. Like if it's happening, Ryan's gonna be there.
Yeah. Okay, I try. I got an understanding wife. That's a big part of it.
Josh Roberts said he's banned from Facebook. Josh, you can go to YouTube and watch it, and then you can comment from there. He done got banned.
Well, he commented on my post today, so he must have been banned since then.
Right. Well, he just got called out for it. So
poor Josh.
I'm in need of one of those sweet cups. I'm over here drinking out of a plastic cup.
We'll give you a sticker. We'll send you a sticker. You can put it on that one.
I got a koozie somewhere. I think it's at home.
You still got your Ginger Bro koozie? That's awesome.
Oh, yeah. Got 2 of them.
Yeah.
We got a whole box of them back here now. I'm waiting for the next time we have something, next MT or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out. But anyway, so, yep, as everybody can see, Mr. Ryan Campbell's on tonight, and we're going to get to know him just a little bit better. But first, just like we do all our guests, we want a kind of short, abbreviated version of how you got into this lovely world we call PDR.
So I used to be a body and frame technician. If I got into where I started off with that, you guys would get bored. But ever since I was like 13 years old, I was going into work with my dad at the body shop, started off detail and moved my way up. But after being a body and frame tech for a bunch of years, I was obviously doing pretty good, making good money. You see the PDR guys come in and it's like magic, it's so sweet when we have customers come in because they think we're like magicians.
Yep.
But I asked a couple of the guys and it was all secret. I'm like, man, I'm going to fucking learn this secret. So I ended up saving up some money, a couple weeks of vacation time. And then a friend of mine and we ended up pushing each other because like we would talk about it and like, procrastinate and like, finally, we pushed each other to go ahead and do it. I got like the hotel, everything together. If it made sense to take a rental car or his wife's car, and like at the time him and I didn't even have cars reliable enough to freaking drive there. But we went to Kentucky, and it was like 95, 100-degree days in this dude's garage, and he's just like a low key dude, and we learned the basics, but it really came down to just becoming obsessed with it because my buddy Steve, he didn't really go anywhere with it. He stayed doing body work, and I ended up starting a company after a year of doing it for the body shops I worked for, and that was like key, man. When I was working for the body shops, you get used panels and shit that come in, and you could PDR all those panels, and you get LKQ repair time. So if anybody's trying to learn PDR and you're a body tech, man, practice, get your basic tools, your light, have it on your box, wipe the Bondo dust off it when you're ready to use it, and practice. And that's how you get good. You know what I mean? It's repetitive practice. And that's what I did. And the one shop that I was working for when I went to school, I was an hourly tech at that time. And what I did is, they were trying to pay for my schooling when I told them, hey, I want to go to this PDR school. And I told them, I said, no, because I don't want to be like stuck ball and chain with you or, relying on you because you paid for it. I said, how about I just go there? You give me, I think it was like $1,500 worth of tools. So they gave me like a credit of tools. So I bought like a basic A1 kit and a light. And I told him I would do your dents for a year for you. And I was still an hourly tech, so I was getting paid hourly doing my body work. So it was a win-win for me.
Right.
They ended up not keeping track for that year. I told them after a year, I'd like to see where we're at, how good I am, and then maybe get like a percentage after that or a raise, a freaking dollar raise or something. And they didn't want to talk about it because they didn't keep track. And it was like, it was $35,000 I made them in just PDR work on top of all my body and framework I was doing.
Wow.
Yeah. So, and that was 1 year of me learning how to do it. and they
So
didn't.
real quick, TC's asking, was that training in Paducah, Kentucky?
Yeah, it was real close to Paducah. It was Dwayne Portis, Perfect PDR Perfection or something like that, or Dent Perfect PDR School. Dwayne Portis. He was a cool guy. He gets you the basics to know what you're doing, and obviously, like after meeting a bunch of people and doing more dents and stuff, that's where I really took off. But yeah, he was a good old boy. I liked him.
If you had to do it over, would you pay more and do a different training?
Honestly, it probably would have sped stuff up a little bit, but it's honestly, I don't regret it at all, man. Like,
I think you hit it on the head. Is you got to get. It doesn't matter what training you have; it's the mindset that you have coming out of it, and even going into it. That this is what you're going to learn, and you're going to learn every bit that you can about it, and that's just going to propel you. But there's so many that fail at it.
Yeah, that's crazy. TC's had, and one of his guys was trained by that guy too. Little old Paducah, Kentucky, of all places. Like, how the hell does that work?
Dude, it's a dry county. All we did after our fish, like we go to the Kentucky Dam and not catch a goddamn thing, and we just fish, just sit there and talk to each other. Like it was boring afterwards, but yeah, you ain't getting into no trouble after hours there. So. But it was a good time, man. Yeah, like I said, I don't regret it at all. It's all in your mind. Like it's that was a big investment for me. I forget exactly how much it was, but my buddy and I split, because he usually does one-on-one training, and we asked him if he'd do a dual training for a discounted rate. It was still more than a single training. We had to pay a percentage more, but we split it. And I mean, I learned the basics, man. And then, like I said, my buddy, he actually passed away a couple years ago. Yeah, it sucks. I got some of his tools and stuff, and they're hanging on that one board. I don't know if you guys saw it when I walked you through the shop, but yeah, he was an amazing dude. But he just stuck to body work. He had and he just didn't have that drive to go do the PDR. So but my goal was to, after I got this business started and going, I wanted to keep pushing him, because he kind of pushed me to sign up for the class and just kind of wing it and go do it. So I felt I owed him something.
Right.
I don't know. Maybe I could do something to help his kid to I don't know. Because I feel I wanted to get him into it, and you don't have that chance anymore. So
how old is his kid?
What's that?
How old is his kid?
His kid is, I think he's about 21. Now Kyle is, and then and he was 43 when he died. He had something with his heart aneurysm.
Oh gosh!
Random, he went in for a checkup, or he went in because he wasn't feeling good, and he worked with my dad at the body shop, and he never made it out of the hospital. So it was insane. You never know. So live every day like it's your last. Do everything you can. Have fun. Treat people good. That's all I could say about that. But yeah, anyways, going back to you just got to have the mindset and push yourself if you get trained.
Now, how long ago was that you?
That was, so my daughter was not. I actually, I think when I got back from training, I created my daughter. I miss my wife a little bit. So, and she is 7, so it was 9 months before that. So almost 8 years.
Okay.
And that was training, and I was doing some PDR. I had some tools, basic shit at the body shop. So a couple years before that, I was playing with it. Never was good until I got the basics to push myself to know I was doing something right. But yeah, so that long I did. So, go ahead.
I was going to say, so how, what year did you start your business now?
So my business now, I started exactly a year after school. So I don't even know what year it was. I think I've been in business 6 years, but it was part-time. So I wanted to be able to go to a body shop and have my tax ID number and everything, my EIN number, everything right. So me and my wife, we just figured it out. I'm sure we did some shit wrong. And
I know I did.
we wung it. Thank God for her. She helped me, and I started writing my paper invoices, filing my taxes with the business, and I did that for part-time for a few years. I left the body shop that I worked for that first year because they didn't want to talk to me about any reimbursement or anything after I feel I paid off them $1,500 tools pretty well.
Yeah, I'd say so.
So I left there. I went to another shop doing body work. I was a flat rate tech at that time, and that boss let me run my business out of his shop. So I did.
Been there.
Yeah, I did my flat rate stuff. I hauled my PDR tools with me every day, and I wrote my paper invoices whenever they had a job come in that needed PDR work. I was a PDR guy that was in-house while doing 130 hours a week, 130, 150 hours a week in body work. So it wasn't affecting that. I'd stay late if I had to. And it was great. I loved it. Probably would have never left. Then he sold to Abra.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So corporation, they don't like that shit at all.
Yeah.
So Abra was kind of cool with it at first, but within a month, that was when the Caliber Abra merge came. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that. So all our contract with me still doing the work and all that, we ended up they wouldn't let me do my PDR work, so I left again and went to another local shop, which he promised me same thing, and I was there for about 2 years, and I started talking to like Corey Kleinfeld and started like listening to podcasts because I never knew like there was anything like this out there. I up until that point, my PDR career was based on what the hell was in my head, and a couple guys coming in the shop that would not talk to me. So I didn't know what was possible. I didn't know there was a Bryce Kelly doing all this crazy repairs, and like I did not know anybody. And then I just was listening to PDR coach, or not PDR coach, PDR college. And then I started listening to Corey's PDR coach, and I was like, oh my God. And it's like opening my eyes. And the way I found PDR college, I didn't even know podcasts existed. I was like going hunting with my buddy. Right. And we're driving, and he's like talking about like a fucking, excuse me if I can't swear on here, but he's talking about a duck's pecker that he learned on this podcast is like a corkscrew. I don't know. He's talking shit like that. And he's like, dude, you got to listen to these podcasts. My friend's nuts. He's batshit crazy. And I started listening to Meat Eater podcast about hunting because I'm big into hunting. And
here we go. It's going to be another hunting show. I see it coming.
Yeah.
All right, Andy, we'll scoot you out of the way here.
So I was listening to Meat Eater podcast. That's how I kind of knew what a podcast was. And I mean, this isn't that long ago, so I'm kind of like caveman. But I was like, man, I'm learning all this shit. What if I type in PDR? I wonder what the hell. And I'm like doing body work with my headphones in, and I type it in, and PDR College came up. And I think it was the one episode where they did a hailstorm, and I guess they both traveled, and they gave the numbers of what they did in sales at this hailstorm and how their numbers sucked and they could have done so much better. And I'm like,
that episode.
Yeah, it was bad. That got me hooked. And I just I started listening to all the back episodes, and then when a new one would come out, I would listen to that, and I just kept going. And I ended up figuring out like the PDR contractors. I called Dan Ontrop and became part of that. And then I talked to Corey. I talked to there's a guy, Jeremy Carroll. He has Direct Paintless Dent Repair.
He's about 3.5 hours east of me.
Is he? Yeah. He is awesome. He tells you how it is, man.
Oh, yeah.
I talked to him. One of my buddies actually turned me on to him because he's into the mini trucks and stuff like that. And I reached out to him. Yeah, he's like, all right, call me. And man, that conversation, it went good. He's like, man, if you were in my area, I would tell you to F off. I'm like, yeah. He's like, but I'll talk to you, And him and I are still friends. I still haven't met him to this day, but we always bullshit back and forth. But him and Corey really like they kind of opened my eyes to like what's possible. I didn't know there was a life outside of body work, to be that honest. And
so did you jump on like PDR? God,
what happened?
Mike Toledo's
no.
I know his training, online training, or anything like that.
I didn't even know about it. And
trainer.
Yeah, that trainer.
My mind's been a long day.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, I stumbled upon that when he first started doing it, first came out with it, when him and John were doing it. And, I'd subscribe to that and then I'd cancel it. I'd do it for like a month and I'd watch everything I could and I'd take tidbits out of that and go apply it and stuff like that. And that stuff like, surrounding yourself, that was before I really found out and started listening to podcasts. And I think then PDR College came out and I'd listened to it. But I wasn't, now I listen to podcasts and stuff a lot more, like even before we started ours. But 6, 7, 8 years ago, I didn't know what it was. I didn't care about listening to that. I just Google everything, try to figure out everything I could.
I started listening to PDR College when I was working for Dent Wizard. I was like, I gotta get the hell out of here. Like, these guys give me too much knowledge to lose working for damn Dent Wizard. So.
Yeah. Well, it's like, I worked for a Dodge dealership as an in-house PDR guy, learning it, and we had a hailstorm hit. So we were commission based, and every vehicle was set up different. We had different packages that we would perform on them. And it was everything from PDR to touch up to paint correction to doing small conventional repair. And so the hailstorm hits and we're getting tons of cars. Well, it was just me and one other guy. Well, he went to the Philippines to marry his Filipino wife and he had to go for 4 weeks. Well, in them 4 weeks, I did like 30 vehicles. And I learned a lot doing that. And the lady in the office, which I'm good friends with her and her husband, they're the ones that really got me into this. She's like, hey, you may want to roll this time over to next week and all this. And I'm thinking I'm just rolling in dough. And I'm only making like a, very small percentage on every car I'm doing. And now knowing, I'm like, holy crap, I just made them. I can't tell you how much money in that month. And I'm sitting here worried about my hours trying to roll it over so taxes don't hit me as hard, and I'm only pulling in, a couple grand a week doing that instead of several grand a car doing that.
Yeah.
And it just, I try to steer people away from becoming an in-house PDR guy anywhere.
I want to bring up Josh's comment. I know Dan Rikiki put him through the ringer, like he made him watch like all the videos and stuff when he started for him. So, yep. I know all about that.
Got Jeff McMahon on now.
Yep.
You got to take the good with what you were saying. Like when you work for that percentage and stuff, like think of everything you learned and, you figured out it led you to this path. So always think of the positives of it. Like that's how I think of that 1 year I worked for that company and I made them a shit ton of money, but you know what? It made me more for me than any dollar amount could have. So,
well, me, like I was always scared of that jump from the security of being somewhere to going out on your own. And with a family of 5, it's very scary, but the main, I loved it. Everything. What I would recommend anybody, especially if you're doing PDR, whether you're an in-house guy or you're with anybody else, before you ever leave, make sure you have accounts. Make sure you're doing stuff. So what benefited me was AutoNation bought us out, and that ended all of our outside work. But in almost a year, I had built all these relationships with small car lots, accounts, stuff like that, who loved me and loved what we did. So when I told them that the buyout was coming, and I didn't know if they were going to fire all of us or what, they all told me, I had 10 of them tell me, we'll go where you go. Okay. Then the buyout happens, and we stood around for 2 months because they gave us the entire old body shop, but we're just standing around talking like this, not making 40 hours. And that's with me every day with the big wigs. Anyway, so when I put my 2-week notice in, I called those 10 and they all said, as soon as you leave, come see us. So luckily I started out with 10 accounts when I left. And then that's what I considered, that's my base pay. And then I can build off of that. But
so I had 2 body shops before I quit Dent Wizard. Had, already rolling pretty good and stuff too. So I was going to tell Jeff real quick. That's Ryan's like 45 minutes from Tad, Jeff. So I wish Tad was on here. That was the other golden girl.
The tag team partners.
Yeah.
That one.
God, John, you're fired.
Maybe I'll man up and tag team with him next year. And
there you go. I don't know, Jeff and Tad's pretty tight. I don't think they're coming off the tag. Yeah. They was Hulk Hogan and Macho Man one year too. So.
Yeah.
the first one, what, 19 or 20, right before COVID hit.
I'd like for you and Tad to holler at each other. Like, he's a really good dude too. I think y'all get along real great.
Yeah, I've never met him. Yeah, that's awesome. I'll have to look him up on Facebook. I might even be friends with him on there, but yeah, I don't recall knowing him. So
he's a badass technician too. He's fixing some crazy shit in people's driveways. I'm like, no.
Yeah, great family guy, handsome bald head guy like us.
It's going to be a while for me till I get to be as cool as you guys.
Keep it as long as you can, brother. Keep it as long as you can.
I'm surprised you got all that hair being married half your life.
Yeah, no shit. There's some grays in there, I'll tell you what.
I've been seeing these videos of like the guys putting the fake like scalp hair on, where they glue it down. I'm like, next MTE, here we go. No.
The comb over.
So Ryan was showing us the shop before we got on, man. You got a beautiful shop, dude. I love it.
Thank you. Thank you. A lot of work, to get to this point. This was an old machine shop for 20 years. So man, it was a wreck. There was machinists use this cooling oil. It's like a coolant. Mm-hmm. And it like caked on the walls. And then we have there's train tracks, which I'm sure you guys will hear the trains here in a couple minutes. But they put cottonwood trees along the train tracks. So all that oil that was stuck on the walls, when the cottonwood drops right now, that's why my allergies are crazy. That cottonwood would just like feather the walls, man. And it was 20 years of it.
The walls are tarred and feathered.
The whole shop was like that. The floor, the ceiling, the rafters. So I rented a scissor lift, and it was just I was 2 a.m, 3 a.m, every single night after.
Did you have to scrape it, or could you power wash it, or what?
The problem, if anybody ever is in this situation, do not pressure wash it, because you got to get the feathers, so you should say, like the feathering off of it. So I use a leaf blower. In the one area I pressure washed, I'm like, I'm going to get all this shit down. Pressure washed, this shit's all falling on my face. And I ended up learning that if you get the cottonwood, blow it off with a leaf blower up on the scissor lift, get it all down on the ground, it like comes off in this clumpy, like brown shit. And then pressure wash it, because when you pressure wash it, that stuff is like, it just clings to the wall, and it just like makes like a kind of spider webbing. God. It was horrible. Yeah. So never pressure wash it first. Just if anybody needs any advice on that, which I'm sure it's a one-off situation, but so it was like night after night. My wife, good friends of mine would help me, and mostly me by myself while my wife's getting the kids to bed and stuff. But yeah, we made it happen. It was definitely a mess. And now looking back on it, like when you're doing all the work, you're like, this, like, what am I doing? And like, and then once you look back on it, after you do all the work, it's like, oh, that was nothing. So
Danny,
for everybody out there,
just soaking in cider.
Yeah.
Looks like you're gonna have a couple of visitors. I see Josh Roberts and TC Bosa. They're coming by in September and fall. So
all right, you guys better. I'm gonna hold you to it.
Be calling where y'all at. I'm waiting on you.
Yep. Hey,
so
there's a train.
It'll go by.
So what's really cool is like you own your shop, and not only do you have your business running out of it, you're renting to another business as well. That's super cool.
Yep. Yeah. So we collect the rent pays almost all of the mortgage on the building, and the way we did it with the mortgage on the building. Dude, I was only 6 months full time when I got the mortgage for this building, and that's like unheard of to get. I made a business plan. I never knew I could make a business plan. And me and my wife made a business plan that blew everybody out of the water. And we turned this in. People like, we don't have college education or anything. We just put our brains together and we're like, we're getting this fucking building. So I give it to my loan officer, and he's like quiet about it for a couple days. And I end up texting him like, dude, was that good? Like, I was nervous as hell. He's like, who the hell did you pay to write this? I'm like, oh God. Like, oh, he's like, that is probably the best business plan that I have ever read. And I'm like, really? I'm like, I thought he was just messing with me, but he was serious. And that's what he does is commercial loans. And he ended up, somehow we pulled it off, got the loans. So I have, through a bank, I have a loan on the half of the building, right? Then SBA, you get an SBA loan. So it's the other half of the loan. And it's a 2% rate that's fixed.
Wow.
You have to come up with a decent down payment, which I sold one of my rental houses paid for the down payment that I sold. The other one I just sold and kind of cashed out on. But you have to have like that funds down. And then it was I think it was called a 504 loan is what it was that I got.
That's
this.
what you're telling me, yeah. Yeah,
and with the SBA, like the local SBA has to approve it. Then after you jump, like there was a lot of hoops to jump through. It was tough. And then it goes to California. And then any kickback from California, which we had one kickback, they wanted to know my projected income. They wanted it better explained, which we're blowing my projected income out of the water. So fuck off, SBA. So I wish I could show them the thing. But they kicked it back and wanted a better projected income, like how I'm going to project it and like all my accounts. So I had to like print it all up. And then they put me at the back of line because of COVID. And it took another like 4 weeks for them to even just get back up to the point where they look at it again. And it took 6 months to get this place. And yeah, a lot of hoops to jump through. But it was all worth it now.
And you was kind of telling me to go that route. I was like, I ain't got 6 months. Like, I got to get this commercial loan and jump on this now. Like,
yeah. So. Whatever you guys did, man, you killed it because you made it happen fast.
Yeah, we had to. Well, luckily we had refinanced the house and had money that I was going to be able to shop at the house with. And I was like, no, I want this money to make more money for me. Which, now that the shop's ready, the phone stopped ringing. So I'm going to go hang out with Brandon for a couple of weeks.
It'll come.
I know. It's just nerve wracking right now. It's like, man, we did all this and now nothing.
Get out front in your bikini with the flag.
Yeah, right. I guarantee people will not stop in here 5 minutes.
Get out there with the sign. Have you hired a sign guy? Some crack kid on the road down there.
That'd be better than me in a bikini. I can promise you that. I bet. Why's he got carrot top and a leg lock? I couldn't resist. Goodness. Hey, Ryan, real quick, show us that thing you were showing us with the tab. And, it's granny names on here. I want everybody to see this. This is pretty genius.
Yeah, so I made this thing, and these are your conventional body repair studs that are welded on, where you got to make it bare metal, and then a badass dent reaper tab.
Yes.
And then this shows the backside. See how when you weld studs, it kills the E-coat on the backside, so it'll rust. And this is actually a fender on a truck. I took like the piece off. You could kind of see like the front edge of the fender. Right. And I show people because this is all in the weather. Like you got a felt liner and shit's going in there. So if your collision tech doesn't E-coat that on the backside, and usually these GM fenders are boxed in. So I always like every one of my customers, I'll show it to them. And I'm like, all right, you see that invasive shit right there? You don't want that. Like you want the glue tabs. So
yeah, that's smart. I like that.
Yeah. And I let them know that like, if you're using like a sharp tip, it can scratch the backside. So I'm real honest with my customers.
Yeah, you gotta be.
But we're picky. I spray either I'll use rubber tips to start big damage, and I'll spray the backside with like a honey coat or an E-coat, stuff it down and E-coat it. That way it's all protected. And I let them know that. That's why we charge the price of dent and get paid for it, is because we go above and beyond with that kind of stuff.
Absolutely. Couldn't agree more.
But yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, when you showed me that, I was like, oh, gotta have one of those.
And I place it right in front of the candy dish because everybody goes to that
damn. All the germs in that bitch.
Yeah, right now especially. Yeah.
Somebody scratching their ass and reaching into candy bins.
No, they're all individually packaged.
Oh, so, perfect.
Yeah.
So I do want to do that, and I do want to do the door and hang it.
Yeah, I do like the door. Can you show your camera around to that?
Yeah, definitely. I'm gonna unhook real quick.
You're just gonna give us a tour again?
Yeah, check this.
I'm just kidding.
Well, I mean, it's a great idea. So I think everybody should instill in their shops.
To it.
Yeah.
And I have it labeled, and I left the window regulator in it and the glass so people can see where their glass goes down into the panel. So that's like a key thing. And if you want to like leave the speaker in it too, would be cool. So they know it's not a bare door. So when you're working on it, even if you pull the trim panel for access, they need to know that there's shit all over inside your panel. There's airbags in some doors that you got to watch. Airbags, sensors, wire harness, latches. There's all kinds of, mechanisms to the handles and stuff that you can't mess up. So this, I let them know like, hey, this is only a couple things that are in your door. And it's cool because it's literally right where customers wait. Yeah. And they can just like stare at it and know what's going on with it.
So, and of course, every door is different. The bracing is different. BMW, I mean, crap. Volvo, there's so much bracing in that crap. Hey, you do need to put an LED light behind that thing, though.
It would be cool lit up. Yeah. Jeff said that's a great idea. Love the door idea. So yeah, you already showed us some stuff we got to instill in our. Yeah. I don't know where I'd hang a door in my shop though. It'd probably in the actual shop or something.
Have like a button that'll fall from the ceiling, like right.
Have somebody. Oh shit! Watch that door. It'll get you.
Yeah, don't let the door hit you in the ass.
Right.
All right, so we're over the halfway mark. So let's kind of move out of the PDR world and into who Ryan is away from PDR. So we know you're married. We know you have kids, but you want to kind of explain like how long you've been married, how many kids you have, what age, social security number.
Yeah, card number. Yeah, I get all that for you guys. So I got married at 19 years old. I'm now 34. We were talking earlier, and I said 33 because I forgot May 16th was my birthday. So now I'm 34. When you have
what
kids,
happens when you get old?
Yeah, your birthday don't mean shit after you have kids. So
nope.
But I have two kids. I have a son, Cameron. He's 13, and a daughter, Aria. She's 7. And Cameron's in the other room playing on his phone right now. So he was supposed to be working in the shop cleaning floors while I was doing this, but he's relaxing. Yeah, he's on the retired life. But he'll learn quick that you got to work. But I'm big into like my hobbies. I like to hunt. Hunting has been something I've done since I was a little kid. My uncle got me into it, and we have a cabin in Southern Ohio that my brother and I own, and we've been building it for about 6 years. It's still under construction. So that's like my pride and joy, going down there, riding 4-wheelers, dirt bikes, side-by-sides, and going hunting when it's season. I do a lot of whitetail hunting. I've gone elk hunting, stuff like that, but nothing does it for me like whitetail hunting. Other than that, cars are my hobbies. My work, like I have everything in life that I ever wanted. So I tell my guys, I have 3 employees too, by the way. And I tell my guys like this shop is like what I want. Like this is, I don't want a freaking Ferrari. Like I got my big diesel truck, my Mustang. I have everything I ever would want. Right. So now like my life goal is to have this shop. This is like the most that I want out of life. And I let them know that quite a bit. So I can't stress it to them enough. Like this is what I live every day for this. So they get it. They're on my side. They actually, my one guy almost beat up a PDR guy in his lot the other day.
Nice.
Yeah. But I had to go settle all that. But they're committed. They're very.
What tab was it?
Shit. But some dude was in his lot and he's like, man, this is my lot. I'm like, dude, we don't got to worry about that. There's enough dents for all of us. I said, I'll get you more retail work. Don't worry. Like, we're good. But it shows their commitment, and they know, because like I am upfront and honest. Like, I'm an open book with my customers and my employees mostly. And I let them know our numbers, what I'm spending money on, like, and bring them into a part of the business.
Yeah.
And it's been really good. Like, Tom, my oldest tech. He's been doing dents for like 20 years. He used to fix dents and instruments, like brass instruments. And then he was a dent wizard tech, and then did some other things. And then I hired him on. I actually found him. Quick story, I'll make it short. But my uncle's a building inspector, right? And he's like driving around and he pulls people's signs out of their front yards and shit. And he sends me a picture of this, like, it was like a Crayola crayon dent repair. He's like, yo, bro, you got competition. So I called him. I'm like, no, that's not competition. I'm going to call him and talk to this dude. He came in with all his homemade tools, man. I had him do a dent, blew me away. He's been working for me ever since. And
what's his last name?
Tom Loretta.
Okay.
Yeah, he's no Facebook, no, like, he's still got the flip phone.
Yeah, we got a couple of Den Wizard guys watching and stuff, so I didn't know if maybe
Tom Loretta. He worked for Dent Wizard for a long time, so Northeast Ohio area. Great tech though, good guy. He likes to do what he does. I let him make his own hours. He's commissioned. And I'm fucking blessed to have him. My other guy is Brandon. And he actually just started the first of this year. He used to do wheel repair, and he was a 2-year PDR tech. I get a phone call from, where was he from? Maryland. So a Maryland phone number calls me. I'm like, scam telemarketer. Answer it. He's like, are you guys hiring? Just like that. And during COVID, I got a lot of phone calls for like people that were on unemployment that had to just get applications, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, dude, we're not hiring. I'm sorry. Like, and then before I got off the phone, something hit me. I'm like, ask this dude if he works on cars. I'm like, do you work on cars, or do you have any interest in working on cars? Or are you just trying to do this for unemployment? He's like, no, man. He's like, I do PDR work. And he gave me a story. He met his girlfriend on playing video games, and she lives by me. And he's like, dude, I'm moving up. I'm falling in love with this girl. I'm moving up. And I'm like, come see me. When you come up and visit her, I said, we'll leave it at this. Come see me, and I want to talk to you. And
that's crazy.
Yeah, he's been working for me. So, like, I lucked out. A lot of people are, like, trying to find people to work for them.
Yeah.
And I've lucked out by just being outgoing. You know what I mean? Like, you got to always think, like, if some kid starts talking to you at one of your body shops you service, like, talk to the freaking kid.
Yeah.
Ask him questions about his life. You never know. He could be a great employee for you for the rest of your life, And then my third employee is my buddy Jeff. Him and I worked together at that first place that gave me the little bit of money for tools. Yeah. And they laid him off right before COVID. So he was on unemployment, hanging out with me at my shop, and I was in the 1,000 square foot unit in the back. And dude, this dude, he came every single day at 8:30 in the morning. I'm like, Jeff, man, you bored? Like, shit, I got work to do. So I was like, hey, go get the mail out of the mailbox. And then he was watching me do estimates, and like, he was out there, and it was kind of annoying at first, but then I opened my mind, and I'm like, this dude's here. He's getting paid. I'm not like making him work because that shit's illegal. He wasn't working or anything. And he was just hanging out. And like I said, it was annoying. But then my mind switched. Yeah. I'm like, dude, he's watching everything I'm doing. And I'm like, Jeff, are you interested in a job when we get the big shop up front? He's like, yeah, definitely. He's like, why do you think I've been watching you? And it was like his plan the whole time. So, I hired him on. He's our hourly tech, and he does R&Is, like, because I'm doing a little bit of collision work and stuff. So he does R&Is. He can write estimates, and he don't have head trash. So he goes out there and he's like, it's 4.5.2 inches, and it's deep, measuring the depth. Like,
that's what I'm talking about.
That was said about Josh too. I think Dan said that Josh don't have head trash like that because if you don't push, that's awesome.
Yep. Yeah. Josh, I heard that about Josh too. He can write a hell of an estimate.
Yeah. And edge panel, everything.
Oh yeah. Every panel. Yeah.
Have you taught him how to push? Have you taught him how to push any yet?
Yeah. So that's actually what I started him on was fixing dents. So while he was here hanging out, I put a dent in a hood. I'm like, fix that, and I tell him the basics.
Yeah.
And he could fix it. He could fix a ding, and he has the understanding of how hard it actually is. So when he goes to sell it, since he's not like to that point where doing dents is easy for him, he knows the basics, and he kind of gave up on himself because he's hard on himself a little bit. So he gave up on the dents. I'm gonna get him back into it. But for now, he's pretty valuable with what he's doing.
That's awesome.
Like he's always working too, and I kind of like prepped him into that because we were at a rocky start when I first hired him on full time. Like anybody, like he had to get used to me being his boss, like because we were friends forever. So like we left that at home, but now like he knows his duties. It was all my fault because I didn't give him duties. Like I was micromanaging him and like just kind of bitching at him, and I had to open my mind again and blame it on myself. And once I blamed it on myself and I corrected it, like I have all these here, let's see if you could see all these Post-it notes and then like basic shop procedures all printed up right at the front desk, 1 through 10 with like little check marks and like that's on me to do. This poor kid was coming in and not knowing what the hell's going on. I'm just like, hey, do that. And then when he's done doing it, he's staying around. And now we're all in sync because I got it working. I oiled the machine, I guess I would call it,
James said wheel guys are awesome.
Yeah. My guy, he's still got a little bit to learn. I had to bail him out a couple times where he's back there spraying and the wheel's real dry. I'm like, bro, it's a wheel. Fucking cake it. So I get my spray gun and I like clear the shit out of it. But he overthinks a little bit with the wheel repair. He worked for Wheels on Site is the name of the place a long time ago. So we're getting in tune of what we got going on, our mixing bank for doing wheels. But yeah, wheel guys are pretty kick-ass. It's amazing what they can do. Like you get a curved ass wheel and without any filler or anything, these like they'll grind it out and make it look
Don't give them a dentifrice because James sucks ass at that. I was being nice and like being uplifting to him with his words. He's like, no, you're being too nice. I was like, all right, cool. I got you now, boo boo.
Brandon's good at both, man. He from when I hired him till now, the dude from Maryland, he came a long way for dent repair. Like at first, then I put him on it. We had like big issues and just little things that I like look over his shoulder. You got to always help people out. Even if it's not your employee, help the dude out. You never know. They might be your employee one day. Just be nice to everybody. That's like my motto. I'm nice to everybody.
You are. You really are. I ain't gonna lie. Outside looking in. TC said you got some big deer up there.
Oh yeah. Here.
Oh yeah.
This picture back here. This is the deer my cousin got. I taught my cousin how to hunt. I don't know if you could see it real good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's a nice buck. My little cousin. So I started taking him hunting, and well, he was young, and he never got a deer. And he got that monster this year, bigger than any deer I ever got. Like I've gotten big ass deer before, but
he's probably talking shit. I got a bigger deer than you.
Yeah. No, he's the most humble kid in the world, man. We were high-fiving and hugging out there in the woods. I was the first one there, and yeah, it was sweet.
That's
but
awesome.
he deserved it. He put in the work.
It cracks me up hearing you say hunting.
Hunting.
Look, South Alabama, we don't say the G. We hunt.
Yeah, it's Tennessee too.
We're going hunting.
What's the G?
Northerners pronounce like everything.
It's barely got a T in it. Hunting.
I love it though. I love it.
Then Dan's car wash. I got
car
that
wash. Yeah, Dan.
Car wash while we're hunting.
Oh, Missouri.
Yeah.
Look, see, same North Carolina hunting.
Yeah, hunting. Yeah, TC's over there. He's like, Lord God, hell far. Yeah. That's how they talk over there.
I'm trying to get TC to come up to my cabin and hunt. TC, better bring that saddle up and come hunting.
Yeah. That'd be, that's I was just looking up exactly where you were.
So my cabin is by Ohio University in the Wayne National Forest. So southeastern Ohio, way down southeastern. All right, TC, I'm going to take you up on that. You better.
I'm going.
So closer to like what?
West Virginia and down there in the hills. So it's the end of the Appalachian Mountains, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, down there. So it's real hilly.
Well, Brandon gonna come too. He's scoping it out right now.
I am. I'm looking.
Hey, you're welcome.
Where you at? What's that address?
I'll
pin that
send
sucker.
You pictures of my cabin and shit when we get off.
I'll go hang out. I'll just be at the shop chilling. I'll be enjoying the shop while y'all hunting.
And those boys down there, they got the southern accent too, and they do a lot of hunting.
Yeah,
I remember one time using your hunting camp or whatever. Like we was doing the 20 group call, and they were drunk behind you and having a good old time.
That kid was puking in the garbage can. I had to get off. I'm like, oh, these guys are gonna. I'm like shutting the camera off. Yeah. That's American Legion 420 is actually the number of the Legion down there that we go to. Imagine that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Josh,
they all have.
It's Nanner. We don't even have a BA in it. It's Nanner.
Yeah, I just say Nana.
Nana.
Peanut butter Nanner.
Billy's in Ohio.
Yeah, that 120 group call, I was dying laughing. I was like, holy shit. Like, I'm like, why are you even on the call?
Melissa's like, I see her face and I'm like, oh shit, I gotta get off, guys. I'll see you later. Yeah, the jukebox was going. I had it on mute. Yeah, it was a good time.
Now, do you does your wife work with you there, or
so she helps a lot, but she works for the Cleveland Clinic for the cancer center. She does scheduling, and she has an office at our house, so she works from home, and she carries our benefits and stuff like that, which that's the only reason she works is for that. She Yeah, I just invested in her to do her real estate license. So she's been doing that, and because we flip houses and stuff.
I say that'd be helpful for you guys, like what y'all are doing.
Yeah, so she loves it, man. She's the one that pushes me. That's the last thing I want to do is go freaking work on a house. But she pushes me to do it, and I do it, and then we make a shit ton of money on it. And it's like, all right, thank you, because you forget about that ass busting work you did. Once you're done with it, you forget all about it. During kind of sucks, but it's cool that she pushes me to do it, and it's her hobby and stuff. So I figured
we do without our wives.
Yeah.
Always behind every good man is a great woman, or whatever the saying.
Great woman's foot in our ass is what it is.
That's it.
Yeah,
get out there and do that shit.
Yeah. So,
that's awesome.
Yeah, so that's what she does, and I take care of her, you know what I mean? She gets whatever she wants and stuff. So I'm like, you carry the benefits. We're good. I got you whatever.
You carry my insurance. I got you, babe.
Yep.
Do you ever see your kids getting in the industry with you? Kind of coming forward?
My son, he actually is interested in it. The kids nowadays, they're a little different, but with like all the technology. But I'll show them. I'll open up my wallet and be like, "Look what I made today," and like just to like tease them a little bit. Like, dude, when you're 16, if you get good at this, I'll give you jobs. Like, you can make a percentage of that, and he's down for it. He talks to me more about it. It's cool. It's cool when he's at his age. We go work out almost every morning. That was something I got out of doing, and man, I was feeling like shit. So. I started working out, and he's like, I want to go because he's playing football and stuff. So I got him in the gym, and him and I go every morning. So we get to bullshit and hang out. That's like our time without my bossy ass daughter getting in the middle of things, man. She's a pistol. So
that's awesome.
But yeah. And he's getting into hunting too. I let him make his decisions on it. Like, I'm not that dad that's like, you're going hunting this year no matter what. Like, you're getting in the woods yelling at him. This dude I met, Sammy Knight. I met him at John Hiley's Elite, and that dude, Sammy Knight's badass. He is the founder of Mossy Oak, and I got to talk to him. Yeah, and what made me think of him is like when you push your kids to hunt, and like you're not having fun doing it, you're not going to see shit. You're not going to get anything. Because I told him, like, I'm like, yeah, me and my son have a joke going, like, when we hunt together, we don't see a damn thing. Like, we're lucky to see a damn squirrel jumping around, you know, like the woods is dead. And he's like, no, you got to. He's like, I know where you're coming from. He's like, you got to go out there and have fun. He's like, go out there and throw some sticks, dude. You know, he's like, enjoy your time out there. He's like, the deer sense it. I'm like, yeah. He's like, yeah. He's like, watch. He's like, this year you go out, you enjoy that time with your son. You bullshit with him, play with him, joke around with him. Don't worry about being quiet. He's like, just do your thing. He's like, them deer will come, and I'm gonna try it. So, and we always have fun anyways. But regardless, you don't see deer, you're still having fun with your kid. So,
right.
Well, that's what to me, and it's just a getaway. And I took my son. He'll be 16 in June, but when he was 3 and 4 years old, I mean, yeah, technically say he shot his first deer at 3, but it was butted up against me. I mean, he did look through the scope and pull the trigger, but still, you know. Then we didn't go hunting until year before last. We started again back where I grew up hunting. And to us, it's more of a getaway, just enjoying being out there. And, you know, this season he took his first one by himself, and now he's hooked. You know, it's like, when we're going up, when we're going to go riding. And so it's, I'm like, me, it was, you know, I loved it. I enjoyed it. But my dad, it was every weekend, you know, the week before Thanksgiving or the week or 2 weeks of Christmas and New Year's that we're out of school. That's where we were. Yeah. Of course, I was attached to him. So anywhere that he went, I was going. And so, but nowadays with social media and cell phones and all this crap, kids aren't really into that. I think a lot until they start getting a little bit older. When they start hitting them teenage years, they kind of start getting into it. As long as you're into it. Yeah. But I'm like,
TC said he took Charleston turkey hunting his daughter and had a blast. Didn't see a bird. It's so much fun. I wish y'all should have got video of that, because I bet that was hilarious. I can see Charleston out there just like 100 miles an hour. They get out there and do all kinds of crazy stuff. That's awesome.
Yeah. I saw somebody, I don't know, several weeks back. It was towards the end of turkey season. It was a dent guy. Who was it? They were practicing. Had his daughter back there shooting behind a tree. Anyway, to get up to go the next morning. I can't remember. It may have been like Lane Minor or
probably.
Something.
That sounds about right. Lane's all
in. It may have been Lane. But anyway.
Since you can't be quiet to save her life, Charleston.
but she had a blast, you know.
There you go.
She was with her dad. She was out there, just like when I took Abby, my 10-year-old, you know, this season. We just had fun just sitting in the shooting house, or it started raining. We're like, let's just go get back in the 4Runner. We go and ride around until Reed got through hunting, you know. I go pick him up, and we go back to the camp. We just had fun, you know. So
that's what it's about.
Yep.
I slept when I was hunting. My granddad get me up at like 3 o'clock in the morning. By the time we got to, you know, his land, he wake me up, shoot the deer, then I go back to sleep. Like, all right, we're done.
I still do that. I still fall asleep in the stand and wake up and the deer standing out there.
Shoot. Yeah, we had a heated cabin up over the pond, so and he had a little one of them pieces of foam or whatever. I was sleeping. He'd wake me up and be like, it was perfect.
You're sleeping before the deer's even dead.
Oh yeah, pretty much.
Like wake you back up. You just shot in the air is all you did.
See, and that's what I'm like. You know, that time spent with my granddad, I'll never forget. So what y'all are doing with your kids is the same way you make memories, like TC says.
Yep.
Have a good time.
Yeah.
Well, cool, man. Well, you're starting off good with the building and everything. You're finally getting it all done. That sucker looks nice. If y'all haven't seen the inside of it, then y'all contact Ryan and he'll take his laptop around and show you.
He's doing TikTok videos and stuff like that too. So you can check him out on TikTok and everything. Like, it's a beautiful shot.
And you had, I remember seeing some like progress photos and that you were posting, and no, it looks great, man. I love it.
Yeah, appreciate that. Yeah, we got to get the little paint area for spot repairs and stuff. I know we were going to talk about that a little bit going. But yeah, we're kind of getting into like a little bit of combo work because body has been my past. I never was like a full-time painter, but I'm doing the paint work here. I sub in some painters sometimes when I can't get to it and let them spray back there.
Yeah.
But like the amount of paint work that I was turning away, like bumper jobs and stuff, man, you guys all know.
Dude, yeah.
That's thousands of dollars going out the door. Like, and I'll send the big stuff to my body shops. You know, I don't take on some freaking train wreck. Yeah. But all this gravy work that we would call gravy work as body men, man, just if you get a combo guy, hire a combo guy as a PDR company. We were talking before the show is, man, people see paint and they don't understand the less at the end of it. And people are calling all the time for paint touch-up, paint work, paint this. So we got the mixing bank. We got the Matrix Edge mixing bank back there, real small mixing bank. It's on like a consignment. So as you run out, you just buy the next one. I think you have to – I had to buy it's like $1,200 for like clear coat, binder, and the basics, primer. So you buy all that up front. And then all the toners, you just replace them as you go. And they set up the computer. I think my camera is like a $6,000 camera where you take the picture of the paint and you pull it up. But it's definitely a good thing to offer. We're going to be signing up with the Restore FX. I've been talking to Tony. He sent me the stuff. I have to sign it when I get off with you guys. Sign it, and we're going to offer that too. I think it's a good addition, and it's easy to train entry level guy once I get my training. And let them take off with it. And we got enough room here that we need to fill. So,
yeah, I'm like you. Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, I wish I could get into some combo work or something. I just fundage and room wise, I don't have it, but our body shops here are backed up till September. So it would take a load off of them, bring some extra income in here, but it ain't going to happen for a while.
Yeah.
I'm going to start doing it. I'm like you, all of us, we've turned it down for so long. It's not that I can't paint. I used to do it and stuff, but I don't have curtain or an area, a paint booth. My shop's not that big, but to do minor stuff like bumpers, stuff like that, I don't need that. And so like last week had a job. I fixed the bedside, had to replace the bumper. It came in. I'm like, I'm painting this sucker.
Yep.
Painted good. Great. And I'm like, and talking with Andy Ray, me and him talked for a little while. You know, he does all that too. And he's like, he's booked out for months. And it's because of him offering, small paint work now. Right. And, man, even if I don't have a mixing bank here, my paint store is not far from here that I know real well. And they supply all the shut up, Bruce.
Bruce always wins the award for best comments. He said Billy Ray could probably.
I love Bruce to death.
I do too.
Yeah, Billy Ray's been on vacation. He'll be coming back very soon. So, but anyway, I'm gonna get into doing more. I can go down there and get the paint real quick. What I need and shoot what I need. But I'm like you, like bumper repairs. I'm already repairing the dent in it, and it's the cracked paint that. Like I looked at one today and scheduled. I'm like, nothing I can do right now with the paint crack. She's like, it's an older car. I don't care. I just want the dent gone. But I'm looking at it like I can get this dent, 95, 98%. Yeah, I know.
Mandy ran off Billy Ray apparently. He's cracking that whip. You ain't got time for no Billy Ray.
Well, all this, hell stuff coming in. I need to call him back in. I need to finish his training up. Have you met Billy Ray yet, Ryan?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, you got to go on TikTok and follow me on TikTok, and you'll see Billy Ray. He's my only employee other than my wife and stuff.
I'll help you train Billy Ray when I get that one.
Yeah, Billy Ray he'll probably be back in next week when Andy's down here. So
I can't wait. That's gonna be fun.
Yep.
All right, show everybody again for everybody that got on late because I love this freaking cup and look at the artwork on this. Mark Yeager, he watches the show all the time, always comment. He can make these cups for you, $40 plus shipping and handling.
You send him the stickers? Is that what you do? Send him the stickers? He'll put them on and clear it?
Yeah, this is the #1 limited edition. So I got a bunch of stickers and gave them to John, and he took them up there to him. We kind of laid them out how I wanted it and stuff. So
yeah.
But like I said, I'm trying to give it to Christina and Anson to get some stickers, and wherever I can find some stickers at, have them, just give them to him. That way he can use them for more cups.
Yeah, cool. I wonder if he could do like a vinyl, like put the stickers all down, scan them, and then have like a vinyl that he wraps the whole cup that kind of looks like that.
He might be able to. That's a good idea.
Well, the only
and then poly over it or something or whatever. What did you say he uses?
But he did the red and the black on it first.
Yeah.
So he could change the color. I don't know. There's a different way. You could do the vinyl that way too. But
yeah.
I don't know nothing about it. I got a badass cup. That's all I
know. Keeps the shit cold and hot.
That's it.
Better have one here next week then.
I can't help you, brother.
You ain't getting
mine. Yeah. I gotta stay with my mama or my grandma.
Just kidding.
It's the perks.
We got it all set up now.
This is a Middlefield banking cup. I got this for buying the building from the
I got a little coffee mug for my closing company or whatever.
That's like my father-in-law retiring from the FBI. He retired at 39 years, and he's like, I'm tired of this crap. All I get at 40 years is a gold watch. I can buy a damn gold watch. He's like, I'm tired.
Varsity just doing epoxy, not getting into vinyl yet. So there you go.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, I seen this comment come up.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, I mean the epoxy I think will hold up a lot longer, like washing it and stuff. Yeah, hands down. I like that he's doing it like that.
I'm gonna bring it with me to Alabama, start rubbing it in Brandon's face.
Yeah,
I go fill my cup up.
You won't be bringing it back to Tennessee then.
I mean, you won't bet.
All right, well we're almost 7 minutes over an hour, so
we try to break no records tonight.
Yeah. I'm getting hungry. I'm ready to kind of head out. I've had a long day, but anyway, we appreciate you coming on, Ryan.
Yeah, thank you, Ryan.
Yeah, thanks for having me, man. It's an honor to be on here. I appreciate that.
We can't wait to see how your business takes off, and now that everything's kind of done, and now it's just a building, and everything you're going to add, and you're only being 34 years old. I mean, you got to go, and you got to go.
Awesome.
So proud of you, man, and like I said, glad you're coming on. Glad for everybody commenting tonight and engaging, and our viewers were up high and then they got low and then they're back up. It's like circling around here. But anyway, we're going to exit in the back room. We'll say our goodbyes when we get done. But let me try and get to my outro right here.
Yeah,
I was trying to get to the outro right here. So anyway, appreciate y'all. Love y'all. We'll decide next few days who we're going to have next week if we have a show next week. Anyway, we'll be on the same screen. Probably.
Yeah, probably so.
Yeah. All right, guys. See you.
Bye, everybody.
Later.
Thanks for joining us this week on another episode of Ginger Bros. Don't forget to catch all past episodes on Apple Podcast, YouTube, or Facebook. You can follow us on all social media to get updates for each show and anything else we have going on. Please leave us a review on Apple Podcasts to help this show grow. See you next week.